And we are back with another episode of Your True Sons. I'm one of your hosts, Kevin Rutland. I'm here with Sean Weatherspoon and Jeremy Maclin. Today we're going to get into some of the hottest topics surrounding college sports and sports in general, man. There's been a lot going on in the past few days in the sports world, man. We've got executive orders. We've got people getting fired from their jobs. We've got people going off on the sideline and the women's NCAA championship. We've got a lot going on, and we're going to give our input on a little bit of everything. But we're going to start with the latest executive order from the Trump administration, concerning college sports. Now, my first question to both of you is, does that level of legislation have any say-so, or should they have any say-so in college sports at all? J-Mac, I'm going to start with you, man.
Well, I think just by how we're set up as a country, like technically speaking, like I guess he does have a say-so. That's why he signed the order. But like it's not going to hold up. I think you're going to see kids, if they decide to do that, go to court and you know how it is. You still got eligibility while the case is still being on the table and reviewed, and it's going to take all day. And I don't think anything that he's trying to do is going to stand. So I had to do like a little research on executive orders when I saw it, and it's just like the president can essentially do that. But if anybody feels like it's unlawful, right, then they can fight it, or if the it's a whole bunch of like stuff that they can do for it. So here's the deal, right? Like I'm not gonna get into like the politic part of Trump administration, but like I understand something needs to be done. That's not it. I think Dabo actually made the most sense, but and we can dive into that in a little bit. But I think even his has some holes in it, right? So, but Spoon, what's your take?
Oh man, it seems like it just seems like it's going to start a lot of little wars. And the smaller court system is going to go through a lot. With having all these cases come up, and it's just going to be battle after battle after battle. So I feel like it does kind of get everybody pointed in the right direction, to kind of with an executive order, like showing people how serious this is and how quick they maybe need to get a hold on things. But I think it's just a little bit haste in my opinion, and it's almost like all these kids are generating all this money. These universities are, trying to scramble to, make sure they can field the team or take care of, the sports that don't make money. And it's like, oh, let's just go call the big man and try to do something without even consulting with everyone is kind of how it seems. So hopefully it just, starts the initiative that everybody needs to come together, and then they can figure out something that's that's fair for everybody. But like Max said, Dabo, he sounded more intelligent than than some other people. And I really thought he had something good going there with some of the things he said. I think he had 6 years, Mac? Was the max or was it?
I don't know about the maxes. I think just
for Dabo,
I think what he talked about is like the okays of when you can transfer.
Yeah, so, like the window. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the window. You get a one-time transfer. Everybody does, right? Then it was graduate, right? Mm-hmm. Then it was if your coach leaves or goes to or gets fired or takes another job. But then, my rebuttal is, like when I chose a school, right? What if I chose a school because of my position coach and my offensive coordinator, or
a lot of things going into that.
What happens then, right? What happens if a kid is forced out, right? Like we talked about on text message, right? Like if a coach is like, all right, man, I got to get you up out of here. Like, then do I have
you messing up my family?
Yeah, do I have immediate eligibility, right? Or hey, can I transfer again? Hey, if I go down, can I play right away? So I think there's a bunch of different things that still would have to be ironed out. I think the most important thing that they got to fix is the college football calendar. Like that championship game needs to happen, right?
Okay.
Then that portal window needs to open up, and then those guys who have the decision whether or not they're going to stay or leave, they need to have a deadline as well. Because then you end up in situations like, I can bet you, I think he's going to say all the right things now, but look at, was it Raiola? I guarantee you, he never goes to Oregon if he knows more is coming back.
No.
Or
Why would you?
let me not say guarantee, but like I'd be hard pressed to believe that was the case.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think there needs to be like a bunch of things ironed out on the calendar and like when things need to happen by, because national championship, right? Then the portal window, right? And then those guys who are in limbo, whether or not do I stay, do I go? Like that process needs to happen a lot faster too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So let me play devil's advocate here in terms of executive order and why should that level of leadership even be involved? My question now is, who is really hurt by a player going somewhere for a year, getting a better offer and leaving? Who's really hurting here? Like, I'm trying to figure out who is the one that's upset.
So
because one could say it's Wild Wild West, dude. I played well. The market for me is now set. I can go out and test the market. Free agency, except now it's all on the player's terms. Who's upset and why? Like
The oldest ball coaches you can think of. The oldest traditional.
I'm glad you brought that up. So when apparently the administration had a meeting and Nick Saban was there, some of the other, and they said they were there to represent the players. There were no players involved. I don't even think they're
not even coaching no more.
Right. So my question is, I'm not sure if putting reins on this thing is even necessary. I'm trying to figure out if it's in the player's best interest to go find money somewhere else. Why are we upset about that? I'm personally not upset about that. Does it make coaching harder? Yes. Does it make having stability on the team harder? Of course. And I'm not saying, and I do empathize with these head coaches who have to figure this out. But from somebody who did not benefit of making money while playing in high school, in college, I'm thinking let the kids make money, do a better job, and if you have to recruit while they're in the building, recruit while they're in the building. So be it.
I think that makes a lot of sense for the guys that are making money. There's a lot of schools, bro, that they're not. Some of these, even on the G5 level, they don't pay their players, or they can't pay their players, or all their players, or so sometimes kids aren't necessarily leaving for money. I think it's a case by case thing. I think it even goes to maybe even a sport by sport thing. Because I just saw that the Tennessee girls basketball team have no players on the roster.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So like, trust me, I'm pro player. I'm for the kids, but like, dang.
but you're right.
Then one can say, head coach, do better. Go ahead, Spoon.
It just, to me, like, why does the government have to come in and threaten the institution? With state fund like that, to me, that sounds like systematic oppression. Like, okay, well, if the father not gonna be at home, you ain't gonna get these funds. He at home, I'm sorry, father in the house, you're not getting the funds. Father out the house, you get the funds. It sounds like some old stuff, So that's where when I watch the game, I see guys that look like us playing. Not I'm just being honest, man. And I'm not trying to ruffle no feathers or nothing like that. But it's just crazy for the government to come in here and like. We going, man, that's too much, man.
Bro, the crazy part is, so right now we're battling that a little bit in Missouri with the high school level. Like, the state is trying to come in and take over Missouri sports, right, in its entirety. And, like nobody wants it because, like, one, the people that make up Misha, right, that's what they call it, right? They're former administrators, former coaches, teachers, like, they understand the dynamic and what
they've been in those shoes.
Yeah,
okay,
it's not a political agenda. You know what I mean? So like you, as much as you can, right? Like that's got to be something different, man. It's got to be
as much as you can. I think I like that term, but what happens when we feel like the people you said Misha, is that what it's called?
Yeah, Misha. Yeah.
When they aren't getting the job done, or do you feel like they are getting the job done?
Well, under what guidelines? Under like who like what do you mean not getting the job done? You see what I'm saying?
Okay, not getting the job done meaning one, if not both sides are upset. Players are upset, or head coaches and district leaders are upset at the high school level. Who you make happy?
Well, I think right now, the only thing that you can remotely get into that coaches will be upset by is there's no public and private are together.
Yeah, that's the only.
Missouri.
Yeah,
And Missouri football,
In
high
Missouri
school
football.
Yes.
And
Okay.
in particular, I think St. Louis feels it a lot more because there's a lot more private schools in St. Louis than it is in Kansas City. So those public schools in Kansas City are still, those communities are still able to, those kids are still going to that high school. Here, within 10 miles of my school that I coach at, now we've done a good job of retaining and keeping our kids, but like, I mean, you got DeSmet, you got CBC, you got MICDS, you got Whitfield, you got Vianney that lives in the same place as us. You got, I mean, there's and it goes on and on. There's a bunch of girls' schools, and there's more like, you know what I mean. So like, I think that would be the only thing that high school coaches would be, but like, we don't want to turn it over to the state.
No.
Yeah, how long has this been going on, Mac?
Forever.
It's been going on.
I mean, for all that I know, like,
right.
You know what I mean?
Since you've been coaching, right? You've been having to navigate through this, and you still find a way to field a team that's, a team that's going to be playing late in the year, having an opportunity to win it all. So I think, there's certain things in the states that states need to be worried about other than football, just like the president worried about the executive order of, what's going on in college football. I think it's just so many more things out there to be worried about.
So one of the things in Missouri is they have this, what they call a private school success factor. And the more success you have, you move up a class. Well, now the argument is in basketball, so Principia, which is a class 4 team in Missouri, they probably were the best. They were the best team in the state of Missouri. They were the number 4 team in MAC sports in the country this year, but they're playing class 4 basketball, and they won their state title game 98-30. Right, so like it's one of those things where like the smaller schools don't really care too much because like let's say you got a 3A public school private school that's really good. Well, if they win, they'll jump to 4, then they'll jump to 5, and that's the most you can jump is only 2 classes. So those classes, those schools in 3A are like, okay, we'll just withstand a year. Now Carter Ritter's out of here. Now they're a class 5 team, right? But they're really a class 3 enrollment. So that's why, like, that's Mish's answer to it.
Yeah.
I think it goes well beyond that when you talk about, like, private schools' ability to talk to certain kids because they don't have the same guidelines as we have, right? Who's ever's in my town, that's who can come to Kirkwood.
Yeah.
Apparently, private schools get a 25-mile radius from their school.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? But then again, you still got kids coming from Illinois to go here, or kids drop like
get your address.
Get your address. Get your address. Yeah, it's gonna happen.
So I think that's what people are the one thing that people would have a problem with.
So you're saying at the high school
the people
level,
that used to win.
Yeah. So you're saying at the high school level, keep it run by those who have been in those shoes before.
Yes.
But here's the issue at the collegiate level. If we keep it run by those who have been in those shoes before, they are going to probably side with the old school ways. If a kid chooses my college, he's got to stay here for X amount of years. If a kid wants to transfer, he's got to sit out. Or let's put a max on how much he can get paid. Yeah.
I don't think so, right? Because the NCAA committee, like they've already let it get to this point now. Like
it's
you know what I mean? So it's already here. So
it's because they kept getting food.
I know people are saying, "Yo, let's save and be the what do you call it? The V."
No.
Bro, I don't necessarily want that. I don't want that. What I want is I want our kids to be able to go out there and do what they want to do, right? Which is what they've been able to do, but also us taking care of them in the process. So whether that's mandatory financial literacy classes, whether that's mandatory, you got to do certain things, whether that is graduation, like education, like I just want us to be able to make sure that we're taking care of our kids on that part of it as well. I don't care. Go transfer if you want to, right? Because if I'm a kid and I transfer and all of a sudden I'm not cutting it at the University of Florida, right? I want to play college ball. Why can't I go somewhere and go play college ball?
Yeah.
You should be able to leave. And I'm all for being able to leave, but you made a good point just now when you're talking about graduation rates and things like that, which I'm not sure. I have not looked into the stats, but it seems like if I'm transferring every year, then maybe graduation is secondary to me playing the sport. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say I'm not necessarily sure that's a bad thing. If you are a collegiate athlete who values education, you can value education wherever you go. That's just how I feel. Now, are we saying that the school or the coaching staff now plays a role in making sure this kid graduates? I'm not necessarily sure. Go ahead, Spoon. Go ahead. Yeah.
I just think of, the kid that maybe didn't even think graduating was even a thing, was just going to play ball. Then he was inspired. He was inspired by being around student athletes like him that are reaching for higher things other than just, ball success. And, that to me, I would love to still hear about a kid, grinding it out, making the dean's list. Those stories are still valuable because the youth
Graduating in 3 years.
the youth could really learn from that. Like when you got the G5 Mac, the smaller schools, right? With the
smaller FBS schools. Yeah,
they can't even talk to a kid about graduating. They talking to a kid about, man, we get 2 years out of it. We know you're gonna be gone. If man, it's just so wild out here, man. But you're right, Kevin. It's on you. It's on you, your family. You know what I'm saying? However you value your education, that's cool. But I just think about the guys that would have caught on by being around or at an institution where they're kind of putting that at the not in the secondary position.
Now check this out. Dabo did say there's incentives for guys who graduate getting years back that they may have taken away from them during the transfer process.
That's hard.
On the flip side of that, these guys that are in their fifth, sixth year, and sometimes seventh year right now in college, 8th year, what's like?
I kind of want to cap it. I want to cap it at like 6 years, man. I don't know. That's just me.
But they're all grad students anyway, so like they already grad. Like so, I don't really know. Like let's think about it. I don't really know how you like grab it and say this is what it's going to be.
Yeah,
when you open the floodgates up for so many other things.
So in terms of capping it, Spoon, I think you still cap it at 5 years, one being a red shirt. So you get to play 4 years. Now, when you start creeping in with the medical red shirts and things like that.
Certain cases, by the case.
Certain cases. And look, hot take, I'm a little bit skeptical of medical red shirts. Like, what are we doing? Now, you got hurt. You lost your season. That's life. That's life, dog. I can't give you a year back because that doesn't happen anywhere else. You know, if I'm in the league and I get hurt, I miss the season. They don't get to say, you know what, now your contract goes to 6 years. No, you just lost a year.
Facts. And if you and a lot of guys are in position now to, get those insurance deals to where even if you get hurt that last year, you probably still go ahead and go and rehab and get ready and cash in on that end. So, I mean, there's a lot of things out there that can help you. But so I feel you there. I didn't think about that until you said that, though.
Yeah, I think that people are trying to say, oh, well, this was kind of hurt. Like the QB from Ole Miss. Now I'm questioning, were you really hurt, dude? Or did they just pull you because it wasn't your time to play and this was say, oh, he was battling an injury. And now it's up to the team to have a case that says, oh, look, he was actually hurt.
Yeah.
Now the deceit comes in, and that I don't like. So I'm thinking if you get hurt, you got hurt. Now this is coming from someone who never got hurt and never had to miss a season due to injury. I empathize with the guys who have lost a season due to injury, but at the same token, you kind of get what you get and don't throw a fit. You got hurt, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Mac, was it a blessing? It was a blessing for you, wasn't it?
Yeah,
in
a
a
blessing
way
for me. It was a blessing for me. But it was also, I like it would have been also like a red shirt. I was a freshman. You know what I mean? So
you were fine.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So, yeah. That's a little bit different in your case. That's a little bit, I understand. One thing John Calipari was saying, he was like, who's looking out for the kids? Kind of the same sentiment you said, Spoon. Who's looking out for the kids? His analogy was a kid who comes to, let's say, Mizzou, is, freshman All-American, and then says, you know what, hey, I'm about to go to Bama, man. I'm about to make more money at Bama, or I'm going to Georgia, make more money at Georgia. And then let's say the rest of their collegiate career kind of fizzles out, but they make great money. And he said, now that same kid has to enter the workforce. That's not the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
His thought process was, we got to do something in college and stop kids from moving and getting so much money so that they can be ready for the real world.
Yeah.
I disagree with that because if I go to the league, I'm still making great money. And then when the NFL stops, I have to go to the real world. He was like, kids gonna be laughing at making $60,000. I'm like, yeah, but so would a guy who's a rookie in the NFL who doesn't play anymore. He's gonna laugh.
You gotta shake back.
Too.
You gotta shake back.
What you do to help those kids is what I said. Like, there needs to be mandatory financial literacy classes, how to manage money, how to that. And I know a lot of schools are doing it, but the NCAA should make it mandatory. Mm-hmm. They should make it mandatory.
I think
be, whether it's a course, whether it needs to be mandatory for every student athlete.
No doubt, Mac. I think
really
Cal might be Cal might be thinking like, just kids being so much younger than pros and how their brain is and things not going their way. He's probably had those phone calls with those kids on the ledge, maybe. But then again, everything in my mind say these people just want to control these kids so they can do things as business once was. And like Mac said, the floodgates are open. And now we just got to figure it all out. And everybody need help. But most importantly, those kids, because it don't go without them.
That's true.
That's the show.
It don't go without them.
They're the show. This ain't no replacement refs. They're the show. You're not getting replacement players, man. These players have earned the right to go out there and play. And quite frankly, like whatever money they're getting paid, they earn that too.
They did earn that.
So now, as adults, right, as coaches, as administrators, teachers, agents, marketing guys, let's do what we need to do to help these guys understand what they're getting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So,
I don't tell my receivers to go out there and run this play without showing them how to run the damn route first.
Yeah.
I'll show them how to run the route.
Give them game.
Yeah. Well, okay, watch this. So I personally believe these collectives, these are the people to blame, in my opinion. If you look at the term for what it is, name, image, and likeness. Meaning, at a time, I could not make money off of my own name. I put the name back in my jersey. J-Mac, you go out there and you put up X amount of all-purpose yards, X amount of touchdowns, All-American. The school benefits, the NCAA benefits, but you cannot. Mm-hmm. So I think anyone who says, you know what, that kid is really good, that kid is really popular, let me invest in him monetarily so that my brand can grow, that's name, image, and likeness. You are getting paid off of your name. When you start guaranteeing contracts that are associated with the school, now you've messed up. Now you start talking about, well, are these guys student athletes or are they employees? Do they need a union or should they just keep going in business as normal? I think if you go back somehow, remove collectives and say, hey, look, each student athlete can make money on their own. Coaches aren't involved, so I don't really need GMs. There's no guarantees anymore. It's if you come here and you play, then you get paid.
Yeah.
Stop guaranteeing contracts so soon.
But listen though, that didn't work because what happened was these guys were getting these like crazy deals, right? I'm gonna pay you $3, $4, $5 million, right?
Yep.
To be in this car commercial, right? Like so the NIL collective came from trying to like make things level the playing field. Right? That's where it came from. The problem is these guys it started as these guys are supposed to be getting paid. Okay, hey, you get X amount of dollars, you gotta do a commercial, you gotta do a signing. Like you're supposed to be making money off of yourself. Exactly. Now it's literally a contract, like you just said. So maybe a union isn't a bad idea.
Yeah.
So
I can see that.
Maybe
So we're talking about a union with guys.
You're talking about a holdout with this executive order.
You go union now. The people who are part of your union are like 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds. How can we get all of them to agree to something?
You have reps. You have reps.
I know guys who didn't
leadership.
Guys in the NFL, I know who didn't sign and give up their dues for the players union in the league. I know guys who are like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And 26, 27-year-old grown men. An 18-year-old? is going to pay out of it? No. And then let's say, I'll be honest with you, if it's us three back in Mizzou, y'all are playing, y'all are killing early. You're making a lot of money, and now it's easy for you to give up, 2% of the bread you're bringing in. But if I'm not making money yet, I'm not paying in that union. You got the money.
Well, you have the benefits.
You
have benefits of that union, Kevin. So there just has to be leadership, and they have to teach the kids what the union is and how it's going to save them down the road. And then you kind of just base it on how many people will sign, or you want to be a part of this or not. If you're such a small fish in this big pond, we got somebody else for you. But I don't know. I seen a fight in my first NFLPA meeting, Mac.
Man,
what happened?
Man, I seen a fight, man. Dog, we in there, and Eric Coleman, safety from Wazoo, and Tyson Claybo. I don't know where Tyson played college ball. I want to say Colorado, but he was a tackle. Mm-hmm. He was like, one of our old. They were vets, man. They got to talking about, this bottom end of the stuff, like the P squad, and that's when it started, because maybe one of them drafted high, maybe one of them, started down here, and then man, they stood up, and I'm gonna say, hey, the DBs prevail. it was. I'm like, oh, this is the league right here. This is crazy.
I'm the PA.
So at the PA meeting, bro.
Look, I think, like, there's a piece of me who has a real problem with the level of control that is trying to be taken. I don't necessarily think anyone should have a say-so outside of collegiate sports on how it's run. Stop trying to control this, man. These are adults who are like the NCAA. These are adults.
They getting paid.
They're getting paid.
Go.
Figure it out. Go to work. You don't go running to the big man. Please come fix this. Give us control back. Stop that. Go to work. Sit down with players. Sit down with their agents. Sit down with head coaches, and let's come to an agreement. Yep. I just don't know if that agreement needs to be, let's put a cap on what kids can make, or if they can transfer or not. I'm not even a fan of transfer portal.
No.
But when I think about,
here's the deal.
Yeah,
there needs to be a salary cap. I think there needs to be a salary cap on what you can pay your team. Now, how you want to divvy it out is on you, and I think that's what we're moving towards. But I do think there needs to be a salary cap based off of like the level of playing field between school to school. Hey, if we're competing on like the NFL, hey, here's the salary cap this year, guys. They let them know that. They let them know in the offseason. Yeah. Here's the salary cap, and then they make them spend the salary cap.
Let's go.
And you got to use it. Yeah,
and you got to use it. So I do think there needs to be a salary cap just for like playing purposes. As far as like what you can't tell me like what I want to pay my quarterback.
No.
Or you can't tell me what I want to play. Exactly. No. Let that be what it is, right? And then you go from there. The thing about it is, right, like I said, like I just don't think there's no way to ever be like, okay, I'm gonna pay this quarterback $2 million, but hey, you got another $2.5, $3 million coming from this donor over here. Like you just can't control that.
You cannot control that.
You just can't control that.
Well, you got some coaches that are being paid by collectives, man. And that's been going on for a long time. I remember hearing about, Texas didn't pay their coach as an institution.
Colorado told Deion, "Hey, we'll get you the money. We don't know where it's coming from."
Yeah,
we don't get you it though. Like
that's true. Look. I think if there needs to be regulations on something, I'd say you put regulations on the transfer portal and that alone. Not that alone, but let's start there. Because at the end of the day, I am still like if I'm a university, I should be able to say who can come and who shouldn't come. So universities get together and say, all right, look, transfer portal, we're gonna switch it up. If you come here, you gotta at least give us 2 years. I'm fine with that because that's now as a player, I'm signing a contract knowing the terms of said contract. I'm going to Mizzou and I have to stay here for 2 years. I'm okay with that.
The pressure's on though. The pressure's on for the coaches too. Like you might get 2 years, right? Like it would be nice if it all worked out that way. If they would develop you for 2 years if you're not ready, But the reality of it is they ain't got the time, and these kids going to chase that dollar. So like Mac said, I do like some I like the transfer portal timing issues, right? Like let's get certain things a certain way. however many years you're gonna be there or not, I think that's just based on what you look like when you get here. And this could be the same way from the player, how you feel about our program when you get here. So that's kind of fair. But I definitely think that you can't have collectives coming in and being the trump card to get any
Yeah.
player they want, man. That ain't it.
Yeah.
Well,
That ain't it.
I think over time, right? I think just like everything, like your true colors are going to show. So these teams that are just, especially the teams that are in the thick of it, bro. If you re-up every year and the majority of your team is portal guys, I don't think you're going to be as successful as a team
It's tough.
that is still getting the younger kids and still in some way, in the new age way, developing those guys not only from a playing standpoint, but also like you got to have your foundation guys. You got to, and I think that's why Indiana was so successful. Not only were they older guys, but like they knew exactly what to expect from Signetti. Like there was nothing else beyond it. They knew exactly what to expect from him. And then those guys that he had already there, they couldn't call no shots.
You're
terrible. You're terrible. So either you get with the program or you get gone.
Yeah.
Right. So
it's
I do believe that like that foundation, like you look at Ohio State 2 years ago. Well, that foundation, those guys were there, and they were older guys. Yeah, you went and got downs from Alabama, but like those guys were there. They were in the thick of it. Like, so I do think that still matters. That does matter. I do think that matters.
Yeah. All right, cool. We've kind of tackled some of the NIL and the woes. Anything else, Spoon, on it? You got something else, Spoon, on the NIL?
QB1, MIZ, ZOU.
Yeah.
We got to talk about that a little bit.
Look. If you come to Mizzou with the name that he had from Ole Miss, starting out as a starter, and then you get hurt, so now you have to sit behind somebody, I gotta assume everyone thought he was going to be the guy.
Yeah.
Like I thought the job was his to lose.
I was in denial.
His to win.
Okay. I was in denial. As soon as the man signed, he was the starting quarterback here, bro. I don't know what I was playing about. It just makes too much sense, man. Like
it's too much like
I think both of you guys probably said it. You ain't coming here to compete. You already been running a top tier program that made it to the playoffs, and you're a baseball just a hell of an athlete. And our guy, the last picture we have of our guy that was last year is that bowl game against UVA, and I was there, and it was not good.
It didn't look good. It didn't look good. And I mean, look, there's always growth, but realistically speaking, from the bowl game to April, how much growth do you have as a quarterback? You know what I mean? I think when we talk about growth in the QB position, you're talking about seasons. You got to play. You got to play, man. It doesn't just happen unless you're just some electric athlete, Lamar Jackson type. But if you're just a normal quarterback, you have to get caught up to the speed of the game, and that's unfortunate for Matt. Hopefully, he stays as a backup and then gets his time. A year or two from now. I'm not sure how old.
You got to stay ready. I mean, Buddy was out last year too.
Right. You come in at number 3 and you end up starting for the last X amount of games. So it's always a possibility. But look, I always like a shiny new toy. That's just that's me personally. You know what I mean?
Me too, Kevin.
Come bring me some keys to a new car. I'm like, what, really? I don't even necessarily like the car, but it's new. So
New car smell.
And I think that's what Mizzou has. So now I'm optimistic about our season because it's something different than what I've seen. And it came from a place where they played good ball. Mac, are you a fan of this, of naming a starter before we get to – oh, you like that. Go ahead.
I mean, I think he was the starter when he came here. And I think that was kind of understood. I don't think – and listen, I like Matt, but I don't know if Mizzou saw enough from him to not bring in a guy like Simmons. And that's what it boiled down to. I think you had to show them a little bit more. I think that bowl game was like his final rehearsal. And
I think it was too.
I don't think he did enough in that game to say, you know what, maybe bring in a veteran guy that can back me up, but not bring in a guy that's going to come and be the guy. And I don't think he did enough for them to do that.
Which is tough because you have a new offensive coordinator too. And you got to think that coach has some say-so, and you want to see how they look in this new system. Now, how new is that system? I don't know. Yeah. You guys are coaches. You know what it's like. If I'm a head coach, and I'm an offensive head coach, what am I letting you do as a coordinator? How much of your new scheme am I really letting you run? Or we're going to go with what I know works. You just got to make it fit within your system. So then maybe, are we saying that call was on Drink to make all along? Or do we have input from the offensive coordinator on who should be the starter?
Well, I think when you hunting down your offensive coordinator, you selling him on, hey man, I got something for you to work with too,
Yeah.
and this
Yeah.
is the guy right here. Maybe they ain't talk about it outright in front, but they talked about that behind closed doors, and I don't think it was these 3 weeks, 4 weeks of spring ball that really made the difference. I think coming
No.
into that situation, that coach is selling his type of ball, and we're like, okay, we know what type of quarterback we got to get for that, and I think that's probably how it ended up being the way it is. But hopefully, it works out there on the field. I love to see some RPOs. I love to see the duo come to live a lot more than the wide zone. Like you know what I'm saying, Mac? I love to see four hands on instead of trying to run the track all the time. Because four hands on, linebackers got to get downhill.
Exactly.
Now that the glances, that opens up, man, and I think you can have a lot of fun with that.
It also the duo, the linebackers take that cheese because it looks like they got it. They're gonna shoot the gap, right? Because
He get
what I
he
mean?
get
That's what
blew
it
up
looks
coming.
like. Exactly. So
Look, wait, stop. Stop.
Hey,
Pause.
listen, and
Pause
play side. Listen, and play side, right? Like the running back, I'm gonna make you wrong. You come
Yeah.
A, I'm bouncing. Right?
Hey, he
You
doing
go
his
outside,
thing.
I'm going A. Like that's what duo is.
Listeners,
I like it,
listeners. I'm trying to help you, the listeners, out. Can you all please use terms or maybe describe what you're saying? So for
Get him, Mac.
listeners'
Get him, Mac.
perspective,
Let's go, Mac.
use
All
duo
right, so
like
listen-
Spoon
so listen,
said, can we please get a listener something?
There is. So essentially, there's three runs. Like there's a lot of run schemes. Don't let me start lying. But duo's a run scheme, and essentially it started as two double teams on the play side, essentially, right?
You might have to describe play side, please. Come on. Act as if you're talking to somebody who's never played the game. Thank you.
All right.
Play side is the side that the ball is running to. That's play side.
Thank you.
Right?
Okay.
Or front side, play side, whatever you want to call it. Okay.
Interchangeable.
Now, Mac, let me say something on that. So defensively, when we talk about front side and back side, we kind of see it as closed side and open side. So closed side is usually where the tight end aligns, which is usually the run strength of the offense. So that's
Thank
all.
you,
That's all,
Spoon.
Mac. Yeah.
Teach us. Thank you, Spoon.
So before I keep explaining, if you want to know who runs it very, very well, is Detroit Lions. They run the heck.
Great example.
They run the heck out of you. So two double teams play side. If you add another tight end, you can actually get three double teams leading to the play side. You can go.
Oh yeah.
Tight end tackle center. Guard center, and then backside guard. Backside tackle. So now I'm playing with literally. Dang near the whole front, right? So now I'm gonna really make you wrong. But essentially, the running back now has the option. Hey, I'm pressing A, B, whatever you want to call it. Linebacker comes A, I'm bouncing to C. Right?
A gap on the outside of the center.
Yep.
Both sides of the
Thank you,
center.
Spoon.
Those are the A
Thank
gaps.
you. Okay.
B gaps. You go out the guards to the outside of the guards, the B gap, and the C gap is outside the tackles. And the tight ends usually go there. Now you got the D gap outside the tight end. So hey, I like it. Okay, I like it. Right?
So now if you come A, I'm a press A, I'm jumping to C. Okay? You go C, right? I'm downhill A, right?
Hard, yeah.
Now where duo really gets is when you add the RPOs behind it, the glance route.
Hold on, Matt.
This is what Spoon was saying he wanted to see more of.
Hold on, though, Matt. Hey, when you got four hands on one guy, right? They doubled him up, and then by the time the linebacker shoot, it's almost like that guy that's coming off to take that linebacker is like a fullback because now it's going to create if that one tackle that's already got the four hands on him is being controlled, and it's like, oh, go watch Zero for Detroit Lions, like Mac said. But I'll tell you what, it's a different scheme than what Hardy runs, and it's a Lacy system. When I look at Lacy, but hey. It's a great play. But, Mac, talk about the glances and the RPOs come off of that.
So, wait, listeners. Spoon said he wanted to see a lot more four hands on. He's talking about two guys
in a trace.
One. Yeah, there we go.
Dominate. Get them tackles off the ball. Make them linebackers step up. Let that back be an artist. Le'Veon Bell.
I
Matt
like the name
Forte.
usage. Yes, yes.
It's some guys.
People who did it well. Go ahead, J Mac. Sorry.
So now off of that, because you got to get heavy flow for the backers, right? Really to blow that up, right? Now you can run what we call a glance route. A glance route is literally a 5-step slant.
Thank you.
Right. So it's not your 3-step. It's a 5-step slant, right? Your angle's gonna change depending on what a defender is, right? I want a cross face. A lot of times, right? The Tennessee Titans used to do a lot of it, right? Those guys with AJ Brown when he was there, those guys catch the ball, man. You got a lot of space, right? You can get it and
Let's go.
Really, that glance RPO is kind of like the RPO now in the National Football League.
It's it.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can condense your splits, right? We used to run them all the time.
Here you go.
City,
Condensing
right?
splits. Condensing splits. Give the listeners, act as if you're talking to a third grader. Condensing splits.
Get them, man.
Everyone doesn't know that. What is a condensed split?
So condensed split is basically like a tight split. So 2 to 6 yards from the end man on line of scrimmage, that's considered a condensed split.
For the receivers, guys. For the receivers.
And
linebackers need to know this. Safeties need to know this. Like, you got, what is he lying? Why is he so close? What is going on?
Because what we can do is, if you want to start, they got that tight end in the box. If you want to start bringing that safety into the box, now you condense that split, right? Hey, we can dig them out, right, and still run duo. Or now, right? Dig them out. Dig them out. I'm going to go find him. I'm going to go find him.
What AJ Brown wouldn't do last year.
I'm going to go find him.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Keep going. Keep going.
You can go dig him out, or now it looks like I am. He triggers. Nope, it's an RPO right behind his head. Here come that glance route. Here come that looky. Here come things like that, right?
Yeah.
There's so many different things you can run on duo. I can bring him down. I can insert that guy. So now it's like a duo with a lead. Like, there's just so many different things you can do.
It's
man.
special.
So
it's
Mizzou
just so
fans,
much you can do off of it, and it's not as telling as that zone on that wide track to me, because I think you get so caught up on that wide track zone, you'll forget the RPO part. Because to be honest, when I first started to see glance and those type of plays, it was off of Shanahan's zone and what's his name, Robert Griffin. It made easy throws for him. You know, they was taking Albert. What's his name? Alfred Morris, running in here real, and then RG3 was
Well, here's the deal. And Kurt took it to a whole nother level when Kurt got in there.
He did.
He can't even run. Well, at least not like R3. So, fans, listeners, that's what Spoon was saying he wants to see a lot more of this season. He's excited about that. And I appreciate you both.
Got a lot of names for it, too. The duo, the punch, the crunch, the double. Like, whatever you want to call it.
All that, man. So
you just got a master class and 2 coaches. Keep going.
Hey, don't let them do 2 backs. Don't let them do 2 backs. Oh, my goodness. Because now linebackers like, we reading fullbacks. We guard to fullback. Now it's like, oh, my goodness. What am I doing?
If you run it right, it's a beautiful thing.
Man, like, Michael Turner, 2 backs.
We're inside, outside zone. We're gap scheme. That's what we do. But I do have duo. We ran it 2 games last year. We averaged 8 yards a carry on it. Had 5 touchdowns. So like, we don't major in it.
Yeah,
like, I like to spread it out. I like to get on
for sure. But man, that's almost like a chunk play. That's almost like a chunk play for you. Like you pull out the duo. That's awesome, bro. That's how we do counter. That's how we do counter, because we a zone scheme. When we pull a counter out, my new coordinator, he said, we should get 30 yards, Spoon.
We should get 30 yards. So listen, you just got a master class in, first off, what Spoon said he's excited to see Mizzou run this next season.
I would hope.
Now I'm sorry, not excited to see. He's hoping to see. And you got
just
him
a little.
And J-Mac to break it down. I mean, how much we learned today? We learned about condensed splits. We learned about 4 hands. Learned about duo. Look, the listeners about to go home and be experts in the run game, or they're gonna all put on YouTube film of the Detroit Lions just to kind of figure out.
Man, that dude Gibbs. Oh my goodness. You're going to see the one against Tampa Bay when y'all look it up, man. The one this year. Oh, and I mean, Levante David, he can't be wrong. He can't be right. He doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Man, they come off that double team and size up that backer. That gap just opened up, bro.
Tampa will go tight end and wing back. They double. Now here goes guard tackle double. Here goes center guard. Like they got 3. Like it's so
all the way across the board.
So
Football,
across the
man.
board.
Football.
Look, fellas, once again, it was great talking football. It was great talking about the state of collegiate sports tonight as well, man. Next week, hopefully we can tackle some other things that are kind of prominent in the world of sports, man. We've got a lot of insight, a lot of opinions where I think are awesome and amazing, and we've all been in those shoes. So once again, from your true sons, we'll see you guys next week. I am one of your hosts, Kevin Rutland, here with Sean Weatherspoon and Jeremy Maclin, man. True sons, see y'all next week.